For me, video games is one of the ultimate art forms because one day you have to be a sculptor. The next day you're an anatomist. The next day you're doing lighting. You can be a fashion designer. You're doing color theory. And all these things have to interplay and come together as one. So when I'm designing a character, it's best to start from referencing. This is the reference board. Everything always begins from here. Here I have costume design, body references, face references, hair references, lighting, mood, atmosphere, feel. So referencing, that's number one. When it comes to actually creating the character, modeling the character, it is very much like, I've done traditional sculpting before, it is very much like that. We call it digital clay, basically. I love sculpting clothing. I like exaggerating the feel of the material, fabric, leather. And you can see, for example, on the shoes, again, a lot of exaggeration. You then go in and you start defining the detail. How does the leather bunch? What's the edging like around it? When we look at the hands, for example, you have to detail everything. If you move the lip just a few inches, it creates such a different effect. So even if I just move this up, for example, right? Now he's a fully fledged jerk. So this is where you just add all of the textures to everything. Now, the difficult thing about this character in terms of color is that it's a lot of this, it's samey colors across the board. It's pretty much reds, browns in the concept, and that's what you mostly see. But you have to sort of have the eyes of a concept artist. You need to see the other colors in between to add that interest. So there's a lot more purples, there's a lot of oranges, and there's a lot of other colors mixed in right next to each other. On top of that, you have roughness values, which determine how shiny things are that you need to play with. Because again, if it's all very flat, then you're gonna see that, you're gonna notice it. And on the face as well, you have patches of rougher areas or glossier areas. Glossier areas, just shinier areas. So on your nose, typically on your lips, around your eyes, on your forehead, it will be glossier. Basically, anywhere that the skin stretches, you're gonna have a little bit more gloss. This is the metalness. So this is just areas where I wanted to add more sheen into things. With the metalness, I sometimes will add it where it shouldn't be. So for example, on this sleeve, even though it's fabric, if I want it to feel a little bit more silky, a little bit more velvety, I'll add that. So this character would probably take around 2 months to complete. And that's from, you know, getting the concept, modeling everything from beginning to end. With traditional versus digital artists, one thing that is very different is having Control Z, the undo button at your fingertips. I say different because it's not better or worse, it's just different. So one enables you to correct your mistakes a lot more. Maybe that makes you a bit more haphazard, but maybe that also leads to more creative freedom for some artists, right? But then the other one inspires discipline when you don't have it. Video games previously wasn't respected as an art form, but now I see that changing. For the last decade or so, I've seen it change. It's basically just a different medium. You still have to have the artistic vision, the artistic eye. It's still all ultimately ideas at the end of the day.